Mock News is sponsored by Tap Send.
Yeah, my people, another day, don't shake for another strong mock news. I'm going to copy party and Pararan one of Africa. Agbo Hodi Maggi, not the first person to buy Maggi to take away you cooking us with a Wofka and Adi Maggi, no good do it way muna. Now see, finish, now make good money turn off and appointment we're going to give good the animal shit worker. So today mock news is not a small mock news, but it's a very large mock news because I'm in the mood and the verse. Everything about Africa, just sour. It takes a kenny, no time, Joe. Let's go straight to the reason why we are here. Okay, Rob, here now. Time no day.
Breaking news.
I want talk true to mock news. Want talk sense. I want mad again. To the search for the truth. Mock news not the
Breaking news.
Pararan not the look face. Mock news not the look face. Truth talk well. But politicians run well. Pastors run well. Pararan mother jackets well. I want to mad again.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. One talk. I want to mad again. Pararan tell them truth.
When are they talk now? That time about the new money, some of the Nigerians say, Pararan, you don't know what they talk. Now the politicians, they cannot do vote buying like this now. Now the thing don't they cause problem. Dollar to naira, that will not be even case where they do now. Nobody they change dollar to naira again now. Now naira to naira they call they change now. People they find old money, they bring old money to change new one. If we even get 1,000 where be old money, before you will get the new money, maybe they will give you 700 or 600. Now, from naira to naira now, it devil call cost. On the sea country where we do not be to pull up Buhari, not be to pull up. You get people where go monitor this law. Now, as Nigerians, especially we the common people, now we don't suffer. Oh, now go give money to bank go carry money give politicians. We go there so we won't collect. They'll say no. Now chaos. A country now, autonomy na kirena. Share you the see what you and CBA governor do. That way they do head like where God they do keun urusho tasona. He just said 19 years. Nigeria never changed money. Now they won't change money. Una just change money under 1 year. And you know this country big. Some people know they use bank app. People plenty, life never day for them to hear news. Now my grandmama now where they dig money for ground now. I want to work carriage bank now. You know say I say one of the pull up. I don't say the law go see affect on other people. Now it don't read. Even this or the 10 one I put, it cannot work. This man now he go take your money from bank. They don't want give him. The man naked, not be small cap. The cap even be like Suleiman cap. I see cap and anyone vomit. Naked full bag. Where I'm like to show it when you room like all those dry leaves. Those of them
give me my money, let me go. Give me my money, let me go. Give me my money, let me go. Give me my money.
It's not even really listening to you. Okay, calm down first now.
Give me my money, let me go. Give me my money. How many years we first back? How many years? More than 20-something years. More than 20-something years. Look at what happening. 520,000 naira. You are telling me story. Give me cash and bring it, come here. I need to transfer. I'll bring it cash and come here and give on. What are you telling me? I want to pay because of the change of money. They say they want change money. I tell them to pay. Let me pay before I begin work my wife out. I begin to talk about my children's fees. I begin to talk about my house rent. I begin to talk about what to eat. Look at nothing again. You frustrated me. You frustrated me. You people are living fine. Give me my money, let me go. Give me my money. My wife is at no hospital, nothing. It's about to die. How old is my children? 7 years, 4 years, 7 years, 4 years. Nothing more.
Calm down first. At least you talk to people. Calm down first. Oga, calm down. Come and wear your clothes.
I don't tire. I don't tire. If una wan shoot me, make I die, make una shoot me. Make I die, sir. If they bury me, make I know, make I forget the problem.
Oga.
Make una kill me, make I die.
See, listen. Oga, should you talk to someone?
Make they shoot me, make I die. Make they shoot me, make I die.
Come and wear your
clothes. Make they shoot me, make I die. Oga, shoot me, make I die. Shoot me, don't call you. Shoot me, make I die. Make I forget my children. Make I forget my wife. Make una shoot me. Make una shoot me, make I die. 520,000 naira. Where am I to start? If I beg you 100,000, 20,000 will you give me? You can't give me. You will tell me my problem.
See, come and wear your clothes, Oga.
Nothing.
Maybe it's for you to talk.
Wear your clothes.
This man method we talk about. You see if he come here, if you know how to go head office. Now you come here,
Nothing.
when
I want to enter here, I do not think that carry my cash. Do not have a problem with you people. Let them give me make I go. If you see me, I get no more. If you see me, I kill me. Let me go my way. Let me go and take care of my family. I beg you.
Nigeria politicians waiting we the citizens even do now. Why una just like to wicked us, especially everybody for Nigeria, especially they just get small position. Now CBN go even see give una the money, bank now go carry and go give politician. Even we now una not go like give politician with the call now, hello, do you have 7 million, 8 million, 100 million? Let's say yeah, we get now just pack the money go. Now see the way we they suffer ourselves. We will see the shout president too. And wait till let me do the verse for this one. I assure you, you will just give the law. You know they put people just to show example. They know they use anybody to show example for corruption for this country. You can't make the corruption because even they cross leg, build that for us to rock. Because corruption, they pet her. Only country. Now for naira to naira and not even high past dollar. Who get dollar now? Nobody wants change for you now. Now naira they want change now. Aboki now they carry naira they go change the organ. Oh God, fire coordinate past this country. Fire. It coordinate past Nigeria. Those of you always see the fear say, oh God, I know what to go fire. Oh yeah, now fire and you mean we country now. If you not talk, because this country is not organized. Everybody nyaga. If they put law here, when you where they put the law, some people just there say, don't worry. Now you might be put on, now you might be go break up. Nigeria be this country. And the DSS, EFCC, he said that they monitor where all this money they fire Yahoo boys will take I2 card or people will spray money for party. Now they call it go fine. When I find tire. Until where everybody be equal. See Ekwere Madu is small kidney. Small kidney. Listen. Small kidney where he just won't go remove from somebody. Now they suffer put so. Corruption. They don't want to know who you be. Now they keep on for inside prison. Every night they come and say, Pararan, find lawyer for me now. But if now Nigeria now they do this to you, oh, the best lawyer for Doko remover. So it's not done that way. According to section 251, you have the right to. You understand now? Now I have the right in until or anybody will enter do corruption face the law. Nigeria not go good. If you like, get your PVC. If you like, get CVC. Or if you like, get HIV take vote. My brother, we go still suffer until the law work. Now we to just call the promise and say, oh, this man is eloquent. This man is like this. Oh, yeah, now. They go for straight time when he reach there. This guy will be military man. Put a worry, do face like he do so. You will tell me, say, nah, he not get sense. He not feel rule the country. Now make it the suffer. Put good Lord Jonathan. This one self, he not get sense. I mean, the country suffer removal. Put Dracula. He not see sharp. Now because they suffer. Put Yaradua. He not see sharp. My brother, as far there is Kaba, as far there is all this Senate president, the House of Rep, as far as they put their own person, my brother, we go suffer. Because all the lawyer, they guide them. All the police, they guide them. All the army, they work for them. So the country cannot go. The country is gone. Memo go straight to other news. No time. Okay, Rob, you're on tea. Before now, God, they say, you don't be high. The moment any politician for Nigeria just be governor, senator, or president, they'll call the carry shoulder up. Like how they call her kangaroo. I've been a kangaroo. I don't know how they pronounce this one thing, but I don't already know which how they talk so. Make una come see wetin Sanwo-Olu, this one wey born for Delta State run leave your pikin dey find you. Come see wetin he talk, why he no dey go debate? Because since when debate start, I inspire. Where this man dey wey say dey eloquent, where what people debate call here why Sanwo-Olu, the outside burner, talk. The person I talk and why Sanwo-Olu no wan come debate. Okay, then this country, everybody big pass the cities. Those of them what
everybody will, attest to the fact that Mr. Sanwo-Olu is not one who will run away from a debate. He's articulate, he's educated, he's highly intelligent, and he knows his onions anytime, any day. And, for him to say that he was not going to go there, we got calls from elders. We got calls from attentive Lagosians. We got calls from intelligent Lagosians who are saying that if this is going on in broad daylight, and the same people you are going to be sitting down with them on the same podium, if they are not, if they are this violent, they could also be violent with their mouth, and you could see what happened there. Someone trying not to be decent, trying to be abusive. I mean, that is not what a debate is all about.
Will you be clear about those who are not decent, who are abusive?
I mean, you can go back to the video of that event and watch, and you will see them.
Okay,
abusing people who are not even there.
So in the future, will the Lagos State governor also be, shying away from debates because of the same reason?
No, not that. Every debate request will come with its own values, and if there are values that we share, we will be there. But if people that we are going to be debating with are people who do not respect the lives of Lagosians, there are people who do not feel that they have to be decent, there are people who, corridor boys who are trying to become kings. I do not think it will be nice, it will be offending the sensibility of decent Lagosians for us to be sharing the same platform as that.
It rose.
Woman, say corridor boys who won't be king. Who you be before you be the governor? No. You don't call people corridor boys. You don't same people to call people say corridor boys. We won't be king. Now you don't be king. You don't have time. Say because it's not safe. There's no security. You governor. See the fear say security not there. Want to come talk here. This country cannot good. APC cannot come debate. Whether the president or no, the governor or no, they know they agree to go debate. And when I still did there, they watch them. I'm not there after your this thing. My own are just to monitor everybody. Since you big past Lagosians to come debate, talk your next is what you want to do like this, tackle each other. My brother, be like say you still big past who we will vote for. This one and a public servant. See UK. They come outside, they debate, they tackle who won't be prime minister. You go see country. USF they say Nigeria, when you reach debate, they say, oh, we are busy. They'll call it Wakakuru. Wait till we not send them. My brother, this country cannot good because some people, and you'll see people who see the defender. You'll see the defender. Even if follow ourselves, you see say the thing bad. So you'll see say, why go debate? My brother, no worry. Now Nigerian way made you. The country can never good because of una. If una see truth, una not go talk. When they do the deep sea and the rise, something, I praise them. But when somebody do bad, tell and say you do bad. Where so we look come outside, call do debate with the corridor boys because now there you see day before. And I never see which department you be before they remove how they call her body, they put you. See face and do carry your pikin for Delta State. They carry shop any and go shop my shoe. Go straight on that news, no time. When I return, I say some politicians don't they use on they play ball. Una office say, oh, they're strong, especially this guy who open for years, Wike. When you do nose, like when they take tobacco, so they say you don't remove the beer. I never know whether you don't really remove them. Today na your turn. Last year, no one let us hear what they quarrel up and down. Go like small dog, or those chihuahua then when they touch your waist. That's how waiting the apple. He say January, he go tell us who he want vote for and who River State go vote for. Because they say, God, they wait. January got reach first, got reach last. How far? Come now. He never come as I can reach this February. Those of them never watch out what they talk about. Say what he go do, then go see the campaign from place to place, local government to local government. Go the campaign, go say vote for this person, vote for this. Wait till they talk. I'm talking God, they love.
January next year, I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. So all of you who have been in suspense, who have been saying all kinds of things, abusing me, wait. January has come. January has come. Not only will I tell them where they will vote, I will move from state to state and why they should vote for the people that think they should vote for. Nothing will happen. So all of you appearing on television, abusing me, don't waste your saliva again. January is a come. January is a
Woman, this one are the wicked one are the does. Oh, the map they point out. You don't fear anybody. You don't fear now to call a candidate because everybody already know the candidate. Now I come in the exchange. I say not to say go talk for camera. He say you are aware. He say Rivers State people don't even know who they go vote for. Are you not aware? This of another.
And let me also tell him, he does not understand the activities of G5. I have told most people who don't know, this fight we are fighting is like a guerrilla warfare. Yes, so. Do you understand? Yes, so. The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see. I never told anybody one day I will bring camera and announce to you, this is who will go. I said I will tell Rivers people, the candidate they will support. Not so. Not so. I did not tell you the method of saying it. I did not tell you I will bring live coverage and say it. But Rivers people know, is it not correct? Yes, sir. Are you not aware? We are aware. Are you not aware? We are aware. So mumu people. We don't mind that. Don't mind that.
Woman, oh yeah, nekba. Uno just did they go use TV, Shyness and Arise. They plow now. Now say, oh. Now enough we talk we won't vote for, but we already know because you already insult the party. You don't insult them. Nah. You won't go back to your vomit. You call it form. You call it use brain. Those who never know the party. Wait till they talk about the party that time.
When I hear people declaring for APC, saying that they want to continue the good job of Mr. President, the good job of people dying every day, the good job of Naira falling every day, I feel so ashamed that we have gotten to the level where sacrificing, people will come and say, look, I want to continue the good job of Buhari. What is the good job of Buhari? Of hunger is a good job. Of poverty is a good job. Of insecurity is a good job. Of the economy falling is a good job. It's such a shameful thing. I can't believe that somebody will come out in today's Nigeria and say, I want to continue where Mr. Buhari has stopped. May God forgive. May God never allow that people to continue to.
Woman, the T-dog who can. When they say, oh, I like we get is buoyant. Now just make sure, just say, or Labour Party or PDP or APC, just come outside. You go see what go happen. How they turn and say this country. If you do my guy, they go press you for one place. This country, not be the one that they see the country where Shyness they show now, Arise they show now, or TVC they show now. Not be so the country be or you tell the country now. Where they come online. No, say that they art. All these people art past Nollywood. They art past all this our actor. They just see camera, they don't behave, they don't start to speak English according to what we are trying to. My brother, I they come out there. That guy and take it Ramadan Teji. Use your head. Not make all these small petty things so that you win your house. Oh, you see, try, they walk. Every can act bavua. Let me go straight to other news. All those girls where they in form of eating boys' money, any small thing, you say, oh, can you buy me iPhone 12? Can you buy me like this? Can you buy me tilapia? Can you buy me pointer key? Can you buy me cloth? Can you do like this? You just the shop boy money, they do like this, and you know one marry one of your colleague now, he dey problem. The man say the girl come one school, as the girl come, they say, hello baby, can we run things? Now the girl say yes. Say the guy go to the class and say, like, go back to school, make go do a diploma. And the guy say, we sponsor, go to the university and study law. Say, na law you want study. And the man say, you go pay. Yeah, how much for school fees? Now you calculate. And the man pay over $2,000. You pay once for the school so that when he graduate, you understand? I can put him one for zero. The man every day go sharpie in the cap. Understand now? The guy don't finish school. The man don't even they go buy traditional marriage things small. Don't they buy things? They want to do introduction and there they get the tell people say no. They say the man don't too old. Say head be like Suleiman head. Say the head again what kind? Say the man too old for I know if you marry her. The man say what? Oh God! Ask the country get better lawyer. When I know that man will sue Israel for killing Jesus, I be lawyer with somebody. The man go take better lawyer. They sue the girl. Now the man don't win the case. Now the man be this. Now they say they make the girl give her about $2,700 to pay her off since you don't want marry because some of them, even some of them they shop me too. I go sue you, sue your friend where they will eat my food, sue everybody. Don't know watch how the guy they talk.
On 19th of January 2023. Court ordered Fortunate Charikunda to pay her former fiancé Richard Tumene 10 million shillings as compensation for breach of a promise to marry him. The court also heard that Tumene, a teacher at Chiringa Primary School, financially supported Charikunda, including sponsoring her studies for a diploma in law at the Law Development Center, where he spent at least 9 million shillings. Now, whereas he appreciates the court ruling, he believes the 10 million shillings is less than what he expected.
It's almost the same money I spent on the girl. 10 million is not enough. For me, I expected at least 15 millions. Because I spent on her 9 millions, then damages, the 1 million that court awarded for damages, plus the costs, is not enough to me. At least 15 millions.
Tumene explains that he did not rush into a marriage relationship with Charikunda when they started seeing each other in 2015 to allow his then fiancée to continue with her studies since teaching was not her dream then. He says she requested him to financially support her in pursuing a diploma course because she did have the required money. Tumene explains that he agreed to pay the tuition in the hope that they would later settle together as man and wife.
10th January, we entered into an agreement to marry, where we made an estimate budget of introduction ceremony. We are arranging for introduction ceremony at her parents' home.
However, early last year, Charikunda broke the promise of marriage, insisting that she was unable to commit to a marriage after completing her diploma at the Law Development Center.
She told me that she's saying I'm ready to marry her, but for her, she is unable and not ready to get married. I asked her, when shall you be ready? She said that to you, you are ready to marry me, but to me, I am not ready to be married to you. Therefore, better look for another one.
Tumene says he was crushed by the betrayal and demanded for a refund for the money spent on her, which she declined, prompting him to go to court.
Surely I was psychologically anguished, but as a responsible man, I went slowly, and I also asked her that, please, it's okay. Love is a choice. I can't force you to be married to me if you really don't want. But since I gave you the money purposely for marrying you as requested me, can you kindly refund that amount?
According to Tumwine, he's still puzzled as to why he was turned down.
She was old enough to get married. She was not in the age of development.
For Tumwine, there is no turning back right now.
They have money. She has to find my money. I'm not ready for negotiation with the parents because it's too late, and we talked about earlier when they are running with police. They couldn't adhere to what they were advised. So now I have to keep on what the court decided.
We are still hoping to hear from Charikunda, who has so far remained elusive. However, Tumwine adds that what happened is now in the past and he's ready to move on and find new love.
So not be only girls they sue us again. Even we have right to sue because we are playing with our emotion. You they use the emotions so they do poor. So waiting Yahoo boys they do online. So on when it's physical, it's called hot me. So those of now where you know say any girl they shop your money, put things in details. Better lawyer they go call for come outside because it's called emotional blackmail, emotional damage. I call this we not go sue. I even work miliki too. Okay, because some of them, because my friends and they tell me they'll carry a rich ass finish. I'm gonna press it, but no. He say not day, my brother. We go. They go sue if and they say we come. So they say no, I don't do that. People they tell me all this thing. We'll go straight on that before me carry my fine thing. All those things where we they watch for movie that year, it don't they happen for real life. Because some of us, if we will find out, not be the people who they call our parents be our own. Some of us they don't swap us for hospital, especially this government hospital. A lot of these cases they come to me. Now let me just read this news. Give everybody where they born. If they born, however when you push you now, as they push, they open one eye. Now you put you do. You born now they go swap your picky cause you can't understand because those people cause problem. When man go do DNA now, they go say not be get picky. The say na the woman don't go shoot left for outside. They don't say na nurse don't swap children. The same thing I happen to this woman. The woman born finish. The woman they look picky. They say sleep. Before the woman wake up, they just carry one picky with black and yellow. The woman go this this will not be the picky one born. They say nah, because the drugs with the give, I make it on the see where. The woman say where they even take care of the picky and the way the picky take the suck Bobby. Oh, Dracula. The woman say my picky. He called breastfeed another person pikin for 3 months to 4 months. The thing they worry the woman. Even if they ask the husband, she say this one our pikin. The husband say, the husband say not even they follow up. Until the woman only one called Dodge go do DNA. As he go do DNA, and then they tell her, say, oh, you have your money now. The woman first collapse. Say, hey, now they call the shot. Investigate the day where he born. They call to see a pikin. Those of them never wash away the woman at the top because get where they go.
He was born, and immediately when he was taken out of me, he was passed by me, and I gave him a kiss, and then they took him to the nursery. He was taken to the nursery, and that was the last time I saw him.
So the next morning, what happened?
The next morning, they bring all the babies back to the moms in their rooms. So at noon, I got my baby, and when I saw him, the first impression was, this is not the same baby that I saw last night. And I looked at him, and I remembered that the baby that I saw was just like my husband, and this baby did not look like my husband. And I started to tell all the staff that was in the hospital, and they all insisted and said, no, this is your baby. You were medicated last night after the C-section. They put like extra medication on me. So I was not, they said, you were not aware. This is your baby. I asked the doctors. They said, this is your baby. So I'm like, okay, this is my baby.
But your mother's instinct told you it was not, and yet still you took that child, you brought that child home here to Texas.
Yes, I took the baby on the 4th day at the hospital. I was going home, and I had visit, my friends came, and I told them till that day, look, do you think they changed my baby? And my friends would say, no, it's the same baby. I asked like at least 20, 30, I don't know how many people, everybody that came, and they all said, no, this is your baby. So I went home, and then my husband came from Texas. He was in Texas, and the baby, the days started to go by, and his features, his skin, everything started to change, and he started to not look anything like neither one of us. So I had that thought in my heart, in my mind. I was nursing the baby. I was taking care of him, loving him like ours. And I started to fall in love with the baby. And this feeling was so difficult because you love this baby like your baby, but then inside I had the thought, what if this is not my baby? What if this is not my child? Where is my child? Where is my baby? And I tried to put that thought away. I said, no, this is not real. This cannot happen to me. This is Hollywood. This is the movies. And that thought came back and forth every day, every week. I could not resist that thought, that feeling. And I took the decision to go and make a DNA test. So 1 week before, I never told my husband anything. I never mentioned to him. I would just ask him, hey, do you think the baby looks like us? And, like...
And what was your answer, Rich?
I just accepted it as my child. And now I look back at the pictures, right around the time that we came to Dallas when he was 3 months old, and I'm shocked that I never suspected, because you can see that it's just obviously not my child if you look at some of the pictures. How I don't know how I didn't ask myself. You don't think about these things.
I think we were in love. We were in love with the baby. And even when I did the DNA test, I thought I was betraying him. That was a feeling I had. I'm betraying my son, but I cannot live with this. And I said, well, I thought if this is my son, this DNA test is just gonna prove that he's mine, and this thought has to abandon me.
When the DNA test results came back, what did they say?
0.0% the mother of the baby.
It was impossible that that was your son.
Impossible, 0.0%.
And how did you feel at that moment?
I just fell on the floor. My body couldn't even resist. The pain, the thought that the baby that I had been nursing, taking care of, loving him, bathing him, that he was not mine. And then I had another thought which came with it, where's my baby? So I had two thoughts. What is gonna happen with this baby, and where's my baby? So I just fell on the floor, started to cry and cry and cry, and then my husband came and he's like, what happened? And I'm like, how am I gonna tell him? What am I gonna tell him? And I couldn't even speak for minutes and minutes and give him the news that way.
And Rich, did you I mean, how did you feel when Mercy told you?
I was just overwhelmed and just confused. I didn't even know how to process. I remember the first trauma to me was, oh my goodness, I have a child, and my child is somewhere out there in the world. Where is he? Who's taking care of him? What happened to him? Why did this happen? Am I ever going to see him again? And I just felt like a panic that my only child was lost or stolen, or I didn't know what it was. And that was the concern. It was after that that I started to process, we might lose this child that we've been raising for 3 months. And I remember that was sort of the second trauma of the incident, is that we might lose one. And I remember in the beginning, it was so difficult to talk about losing Jacob, wasn't it? And so we started saying to each other and hoping that we would be able, our hope in the beginning was that we would find our real child, but we would also be able to keep the one that we had raised for 3 months, and that we would have 2 children, was our hope. But I remember I was the first one that started saying it, you know, like, look, if this child has a legitimate family, we're going to have to give him away. And I think I was the one that accepted that first.
They did track down your biological child. They did DNA tests on other babies born that
The
day
same
in the
day
hospital.
at the hospital, yeah.
And they found your biological child. And then very quickly, I think, within a matter of hours, you had to hand over the child you'd been caring for.
I remember that the judge called me into her room and she said, "We found your baby." And when she told me that, I thought, like, I couldn't even, her words were like, "What? You found my baby?" I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe it. It was something wonderful.
Great relief.
And then my lawyer in the car, he said, we were celebrating. Can you imagine, after all these weeks looking for him, and we were like crazy and calling everybody. It was a big party, and my lawyer said, "We have to bring the other baby." And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, we found their family, and you have to hand them in." And I couldn't believe it. That's when I realized, until he told me, "You have to give the other baby," I was like, "Oh my." And we got there and we had to like rush. We were rushed in. We have to go quickly, just bring the baby, and we barely got time to say goodbye. And I got all his clothes. And we took him in the office and we handed him in. And that was the most difficult part, I think, of all the situation. And then at the same time, it's so sad, we got our baby, and that was so happy. Another feeling, we finally saw him, and when he saw us, he was smiling and he was laughing, and it was so something happened really beautiful. He was dressed just like my husband, and Jacob was dressed like his dad too. We didn't know each other, we don't know anything, but the babies, when we took them and we switched, they each were dressed like their father. It was really nice, and we celebrated. We took Moses home, and it was beautiful. It was a blessing of God. I got to nurse him too without any problems. He adjusted. He never cried. He's
amazing, his adjustment, how peaceful he was.
Very peaceful and happy and smiling and very happy, very happy. And when we got home, we realized that we didn't have any clothes for him because we took all the other clothes for the other baby. And we're like, oh my, what are we gonna do tonight? Because we got home very late. And then our friends started to come and bring gifts, and but you don't even think about that, Your thoughts are like, it's like an emotional roller coaster.
Do you have any contact with Jacob now?
The last time we saw was when we got their footprints and birth certificate.
And we got to spend about 2 hours with the other family. And
yeah.
I mean,
took a lot of pictures and videos.
Do you think you will continue to have a place in his life over the years, or is that not going to be possible?
I think so. And
we
I
would
certainly
like
hope
that.
So. Yeah, we would. I really would love to see justice in this situation, Matthew. I'd like to know what happened. How did this happen? Because I don't want to see it happen to another person. It's done a terrible financial damage and emotional damage to us. But we're here, we survived, and God has helped us and comforted us through the process. And everything is turning out okay.
Woman, so the reason why they read this news, some of us, maybe the people visiting our papa not be our papa. Either they swap us, you understand now? Because when I see people hotel dollar, you understand? When I look at picture, see our two face. Woman, it don't resemble. So I want to ask you whether you go play away match for somewhere, or your wife born for somewhere, they call swap, you understand now? Because I would like to do DNA, because I tell you now, anybody now, not be only Tinubu and how they call her, Sanwo-Olu now, they born for Delta State. All the Yoruba people now with the fear now. Understanding now, so we'll be able to move him when all seven. We go not with DNA, because move him when I resemble you. According to what I say, I resemble no. If I say I resemble, complex and be senior. You understand what I mean? So some of them now, no mama na ever get to now. They don't swap on now. You understand now? Now you go see some family, some people get character go this side, some get character go this side. Maybe they swaptalize children. You understand now? So if they go born, now, stay near your wife before they swap picky way dim or day body call your ass. You understand now? Go straight on you no time. Me of one the country na kpore una say na lie country na chikbo country na rere okpore den no okpore. House of Rep now they do investigation of $2.5 billion crude oil wey they sell for 2015. Okay. There's some people you all load over 40 something, I mean 48 million barrel, I mean want to go sell for China. They say the people say don't they speak China, les chanfuni, she say crude oil, and now that they investigate the matter, he said this country cannot even good. You know what they call 2.5 billion. Okay, country, the way Africa think they squander money, the money just be like a small money for their eye. Nah, Interpol, they won't block the matter. Make House of Rep not one. Nah, kata don't do the matter now. Who House of Rep they won't investigate. Now Interpol they call say want to do. I thought I say this country cannot good because if you they won't investigate people this side, some people they pay money go come here, scatter the case, pass on other side. They don't see the people again. Those of you never watch out, use your ear the nonsense money when they tip this country.
This House of Representatives ad hoc committee is investigating a whistleblower's allegation of the illegal sale of 48 million barrels of Nigeria's burning light crude in China in 2015, valued at $2.4 billion. The House has invited the International Criminal Police Organization, simply known as Interpol, and this is why.
The Nigerians who are involved are still within the country. Now, two of them were the ones who approached us, willing to give details of what transpired in this whole situation. But considering the fact that you were not involved in that initial investigation, I want to first start by asking, how come you wrote letters to these individuals after the committee's investigation had commenced and after they had indicated their desire to give evidence to this committee?
There is a request from a competent ministry, the number one law ministry in Nigeria, asking us to trace somebody that is being missing, that is supposed to appear in court. And they attach court processes and others, and warrant, bench warrant, and other documents.
There is a group called Advocacy for Good Governance and Free Nigeria. That is the so-called civil society organization that wrote to the Attorney General claiming there was this international gang of blackmailers trying to blackmail senior officials of the government. How come the Attorney General responded to allegations by a faceless body? So that means the Attorney General himself does not even ascertain the veracity of any organization.
The committee questions the renewed interest of the Ministry of Justice in the case following the commencement of its investigation.
The person who held surety for them in their bail was informed after your letter, after our letter to the IG complaining about your supposed interference in our investigation, that the case was going to come up again in March. You can see how suddenly the investigation of the committee is now gingering a revisit to some of these issues, and that to us gives us cause for concern.
The committee fears for the safety of the whistleblowers and insists that the Ministry of Justice should not be making direct requests to the National Central Bureau of Interpol, but should go through the police, as Interpol by law is only expected to respond to requests by local law enforcement agencies.
Woman, put the EFCC yoga. It's like if you hear big money, you dey fear. Maybe you dey hear the kind of money from 2015 where people thief say our crude oil 2.5 billion. You did there, you dey pursue iTunes card. You sure say you really get sense, so you dey pursue Yahoo boy. Whether Yahoo boy get go there now, call it snap picture. People will spray money, when just snap the picture. That actress, I see her for your listing, when I just snap a picture. This is $2.5 billion of our money. Now they say they tiftalize, so I never see you for inside. You see, I say this country cannot good. You will see, I say lawyer, the best lawyer, now these people will thief, this will take. The lawyer, they'll see come quote. Then the lawyer later on will say, oh, Buhari. And all of us now they scatter this country. This country cannot good. Even this house of rep, where they do this thing, for bad, they just open our case closed. Not be a Akpabio, person just fentanylize. Case not closed. Nobody face crime. Until we start to put people for where they belong, this country cannot go. If you like, get your PVC, change anybody where you want change. If the law not the work, my brother, we go see suffer. I'm go to. We'll go straight to other news, no time. Since when they enter this year, I never put this man for mock news. Those of you don't know where they talk, they have this. One of the smart young man where they totalize things. All the politicians they fear him because of it too no. Because they give her a chance. All the how do they call her? All the court, you get case inside. You get one thing where you talk. I just want plan for Nigerians. Because some of them don't know this thing. He said all Nigeria security is for the politicians, the rich people. All the Nigeria system is for them. If they thief or they do anything corruption, now the best lawyer we will get for this country, now go see cause stand for them, remove them. So the system of Nigeria is for the rich. And now true, now be the problem we they face. So those of them watch out when they talk.
Thank you very much. I think I want to thank the leadership of the NBA for inviting us. The last time this was done in Lagos, it was pre-planned that some candidates will appear, get clapped for, and the NBA will end its NBA conference. Thank you for bringing all the candidates. You can see these are the real candidates in this election. But I think you did one thing today. You wanted to see if any of us will fall asleep so that you can compare us to the old candidates. And I hope we disappointed you. Let me say very clearly, because there's no time, we must understand fundamentally what the Nigerian security architecture is about. Nigeria security is not meant for Nigerians. Nigeria security system is for the elites, those in power. Nigeria security system, therefore, operates what is known as a police state. All our policemen, our electronic system, our investment in recruitment, the judiciary, is meant to protect those who are in charge of Nigeria, the owners of Nigeria. Abuja tells you all of it. You can find more policemen about 1 mile square here than you can find where Boko Haram is ravaging Nigeria. I drove from Zamfara, or was it Kebbi, to Sokoto. There was no single checkpoint. But if you threaten the Nigerian ruling class today, you will find that you have security in this country. And as most of you know, I'm a regular with the courts. I have over 3 criminal cases, including one that will come up tomorrow for cyber crime. I have another one, treasonable felony. My prosecutor before is seated here, S.A.N. Liman, who prosecuted me unsuccessfully for treason, and after that he abandoned the prosecution. I haven't seen him until today. So I greet you. You are welcome. He's now representing Ebilokon. And I must say to you as well that for us to get a Nigerian security system for the Nigerian people, the Nigerian people must be able to vote for a Nigerian leader. Because any leader that is voted for religious reason is going to be the leader for the religious movement. Any leader that is voted on ethnic basis can only represent his ethnic concern. Any leader that is voted on the basis of any primordial sentiment will only represent that primordial sentiment. And that's why Nigeria is where it is today. Go and ask Ken Saro-Wiwa if you could reach him. Why did they kill him? For the Nigerian elite. They killed him because he touched their most important anointing oil, crude oil. They killed him for it. They would have killed him had Liman not abandoned the case. Because he was brought in to carry out that, but at the point he decided that he couldn't continue with it. And I must tell you that they'll kill any one of you. And let me say this, because I know time is running out, that when it is time to protect the elites, you will find some of the best lawyers in this country. You will find some of the best judges in this country. You will find some of the best policemen. In fact, when the elites are concerned, you will know that there are electronic devices listening to every device in this country. When the elites are concerned, you will find cameras that are working. But when it is for the Nigerian people, there's nothing that will work. But I would say also that in an attempt to muzzle and cow the rest of us, they have also done themselves in. Because in an attempt, for instance, that we don't get to hear from the terrorists, they have also disabled the listening devices because they are committing crime as well as leaders of this country. One last thing I will say, which is important, is that we have not gotten to a point where Nigerian leaders understand security. Because the first security, which I agree with everybody here, that human security. You cannot push 133 million people into multi-dimensional poverty, and you are talking about security. It won't work. You cannot have an account general that stole 150 billion naira and spent only 2 days in detention, and is likely to be the governor of the state next time, and you can have security. You cannot have people above the law and some other ones beneath the law and expect security. So what Nigeria needs is a leader who understands the importance of human life first and foremost. Not a leader who has the highest number of lawyers defending it. As I said, and I'll say finally here, there are great lawyers in this country, but ask yourself, which lawyer has a pro bono service to defend poor people in this country? Most of them know. When NSAS happened, the Nigerian bar station did not raise things across the country. I'm saying it to you. If you have, show the person to me. While NSAS was going on, they were doing meetings with Speedel in the background and having great conferences. I must thank the Nigerian bar station. You guys have some of the greatest conferences every year. Here you spend 1.something billion naira on conferences, but it is time to start spending that money on poor people, depending them and getting them out of here. Thank you.
How word they correct pass? They go kidnap poor people for train station. They go dey bush for 3 months, 4 months. They will say Nigeria not get technology to trace them. but may they kidnap one politician pikin. Oh yeah, my brother, before you go even touch the pikin, they don't catch you. They don't bring out system, don't they work, you don't understand the system now. You see, I say everything where they happen for Nigeria, you know they touch the politicians, not only we they touch. You know, I be just waiting this man talks. So Nigeria is designed. So everything they check all of them. All their house police full am, they guide them. Then they go outside police, they guide them. But check on other country politicians. Nobody they guide anybody. Police they are this thing. Very soon, I trust in the army go they guide the police not guide them. But they say police not too strong. Now army now they will carry the worker. Nigeria is gone. We just did this. Oh, put this on. My brother, this cabal with the day so. Until we stand up, the one I think they stand, they go rally, they stand, they go pray for church, they start, they go pray for mosque. Now so we go stand, come outside to make this country free. Those of now they pray, and I no one come outside, but church go full on Sunday, mosque go full on Friday. But when it reach to come outside to stand for this country, everybody say, oh, no more live for Allah, more live for God. We go day like this. Don't go straight, nice one, bro. What to do you? Africa people where they love pastor well. I'm about that. When he come to pastor, una fit tell them una secret. Everything about your life. Where you take they make money, where money they come from, where like this they una fit tell them. But people will go help una not agree tell them what did they happen. Some of una way they get problem for una life. Not before your family people they do you. Now your pastor way they tell your details. Now then they will call it meet on other people, they'll call it play you while you from different side. But you know code, you say, oh, want to do one thing. One lady from Europe, they watch this TikTok. I see one African pastor. I love you preaching. Go message her. You know say na the lion there. You know say the pastor. Not before you are pastor. Now hot me pastor Jime. Now then the pastor say, oh, come to Africa. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. The woman just come. You never reach 1 day to 2 days. The pastor don't stretch her. He don't revitalize her. The small money we carry. He don't clean her. See the pastor here. The woman even go report to police. Police with pastor connive. Now, what is the happen for Nigeria? And I see the happen for that Uganda, big Kenya. So they come make the woman look hopeless until we call go TV station like this before the big people they call here. And they tell arrest pastor now. Those of you never watch him.
Today, Joseph Collins Twahira, alias Daddy Collins, alias Senior Prophet T.J. Collins, went before Nakawa Magistrates Court following his arrest on Monday. He appeared before Chief Magistrate Rita Newumbe Chidasa, who charged him with rape. The magistrate read him the charges and informed him that he cannot plead to them because the court has no jurisdiction to try capital offences. He was advised to enter a plea and seek bail in the High Court at a later date. Twahira has been remanded to Luzira Prison until the 1st of February 2023. However, his lawyers have asked to have their client protected and to have access to family due to an ailment. But the court and state prosecutor Doreen Elima objected, saying there is no cause for alarm as rape is like any other capital offence.
I'll however note that in regard to the accused's alleged medical condition, the prison service has a medical facility which serves all remandees.
In a story aired on NTV on the 13th of January, Anda Saulite said what she had envisioned as a holiday in Uganda started with her being sexually assaulted by Twahira. She alleged that when she arrived on the 11th of December, Twahira's security detail picked her up and took her to his house instead of the accommodation she had booked online. She also alleged that the 28-year-old took her money, €400 and $300, with the promise that he would exchange it to Uganda shillings. So far, 3 police officers who are alleged to have connived with the pastor to assault her and delete any evidence of communication between them have been arrested and charged with irregular conduct under the Police Act.
We do call upon all those who have similar complaints against the pastor to please come forward and make your reports at the CID Directorate Headquarters.
However, there have been no theft charges preferred against Twahira.
Woman, I know say some of the church go say, oh, Allah God to judge, you rape your Allah God to judge and he don't thief. I know you know now with when he reach pastor say Allah And they always they ask on this question. Which for this world what would they forget the Bible what you read? Who you don't say God don't judge? Who you don't see? Any small way rich pastor, touch not my anointed. Who are you to judge? But who are you to judge your president? Who are you to judge your senators? When you reach pastor, they do something wrong. They say, oh, don't talk. Allah God. Oh, don't lay curse on yourself. People will scatter this world, will kill Jesus. God never curse them. Now me where they tell pastor, where they reptilize people, where they thief people money, now God call curse. It's an insult. Even you now, even insult God, pass even me. Because me where they try to correct all those criminal pastor. You they tell me, say, man, not lay cause for my generation, make God not punish me. It's like you won't send God foolish message. And God knows say how they talk the truth. You know, because say you are blinded with religion, you say, oh. Mona just did there. All these pastors, they go take on a life from Mona. They go they leave them. You they say one demon, they one place. Now they do you. You say, oh, talk to me, daddy. Any small time, they just see vision for us. Yes. Your name is, who is Jennifer? Who is Jennifer? Oh, it's my sister. Oh, who is John? Oh, it's my brother. Who is Rose? Oh, it's my mother, brother, sister. Now, entertainment. They will call out your name. Call your village name. My brother, your problem will see there. If that like those of them where they don't see for, where they don't use to post, show people for, so to say, see what they do. Your problems is there with you. You know what they talk. Not be to see. They born me for spiritual home. Not be to see. Not to do. Now they don't turn seeing now to entertainment. They just they do. They got the open phone. Did you tell me the number? They got my brother na entertainment. They just put ODD for your body. You go to do. My brother, you see go out. You face the problem. If not like those of them they don't see phone and know what they talk. It's just entertainment. But the way they use it, they clean other people they never see for. Now they don't continue to pay them. They pay for backstage. You don't understand, no. Go straight to other news. I can't clean it already now. Some of them now where they cry say, oh God, when I go marry, oh God, my time don't pass. Oh God, my guy, nobody time don't pass. You can marry any time where you like. Make anybody not pressure you. How many guy man in 1999? This man is 99 years. 99, according to my Igbo people, 99 years. I married 40 years old woman. If you see dance, you see where they groove. Now first marriage for a life. Now I don't come up from the bachelor hood. Now I don't enter Mr. at 99. Oh, you see the man where they buga with the walking stick. Oh yeah, now. Guy, you get a shot. I want to climb.
Of Wasingishu, who was never married in his lifetime, finally bid bachelorhood goodbye, making his vow to the love of his life. It was the 40-year-old Alice Chemeli at St. Mark's Soybe Catholic Church. The two exchanged their promises in a ceremony that wowed a village. Elvis goes gay with a unique love story.
99-year-old Joanna Butuk and the love of his life, Alice Chemeli, are looking forward to cementing their relationship that they say is God-sent. Mzee Butuk, never been married before, was born in 1924. He's a happy man, enjoying the company of his 40-year-old wife.
Nilienda Jiondoni miaka 43 ndio mimi niko Jiondoni. 44 ndio nitoka Jiondoni. Ulikuwa nakaanga sana. Ndio nikatangatanga kwa kasini mpaka wale ndugu zangu yote nao na mimi nachelewa. Kuchelewa nikakaa tu. Mpaka mimi nakuja nje hii. Iko mama moja anaitwa Tabase. Ndio alitafutia mimi mama hii. Nikafurahia yeye. Kukuja. Bwana kataa anasema hii kitu inashakwisha mimi naweza ingia kwake. Tunaishi na yeye mpaka ndio wewe naona.
Nampenda sana kwa sababu yeye ana maneno mingi kama vijana. Najua vijana wanatesa watu, mara analewa anakuja anakupiga, mara hata anakusali, hata mwenye nilizaa naye watoto nilizaa lakini hakuna chenye alinisaidia. Lakini naona huyu mzee amepiga watu mbali ananisaidia. Ananisaidia kabisa kwa watoto. Kulipa school fees tunasaidiana.
the idea of two is better than one, deciding to getting married many years after he became an eligible bachelor. At the wedding, the bride wore a long white gown while the groom donned a new suit and tie.
Kwa Kiswahili hapa na sumbwanga mimi na kelele. Kuongea tunaongea polepole.
Kitu ambayo ilinifurahisha kwa huyu mzee, nilikuwa niko peke yangu, mwenye nilizaa watoto naye alikuwa amenikataa. Nilikuwa nasukuma tu maisha peke yangu. Hata nilikuwa naelekea kwenda kujenga mahali nilikuwa nimenunua, lakini kitu ikaniambia kaa. Nikakaa kweli kidogo. Huyu mzee akaingia, nikasema sasa maneno ya kujenga itakaa, wacha niende nione huyu mzee, labda ni Mungu wangu.
The bride Alice Chemeli was elated to have a husband who will help her look after her children from a previous relationship.
Tunapendana na yeye maisha na maisha.
Namita Baba Chekemboy, sweetheart, darling, na
So not the guy they say, oh, not kill yourself. If your money never reach to marry, bro, behave like the white people. Marriage wanted the additional Africa. Now you're I want marry now. Hey. Now you're the hurry up and down. But I don't finish later on. They shit pass on. You wanna shit pass everybody. 99. Understanding. Wow. I wanna be waiting. Let me put it. It's not before your marriage. 99. You marry 40. I want a buga. I want to buga na this man the verse I be want take trans. And go straight to other news. 99. So the things they work 99. I would you. It be teaching borrow. Wonder shall never end. What did they see? They don't see her now. One woman don't bite his father-in-law is kruntum for lunch. You understand now? He go to so he vitalize her comot. Wait till breed the result is so even we say we confuse. The father-in-law say they are say they want eat tonight the rock cause your pikin wife they fight for outside though. Now the man run reach there. Oh, he call the whole fight. Whether the way they whole fight so that nyimi vi omo na me very nyimi kebe omo to na very as he dey go the whole fight feeling na daddy the daughter use wood to take plank papa for diver. He bite in the puss, he bite in your and the papa they shout ooh, hey they try one remove am. Now he go you understand the junction boss, the socket boss, it can nah they don't rush papa now. Go hospital. If I dey talk when I say Pararan you too dey lie. Even me surprised. How your teeth take your father-in-law? Eh? Who no care blow job yo? Those of them.
Police in Bungoma investigating an incident where a woman is alleged to have beaten her father-in-law's private parts following a domestic squabble. What is surprising, though, is how the lady managed to carry out the act, considering the fact that, as per Bukusu customs, daughters-in-law are not supposed to move closer to their fathers-in-law. Now, even shaking hands between them is a rare occurrence. Zacchaeus Mwasame has that report.
Wameniuma sehemu yangu ya siri iko kuumia saa hii.
Mzee Vincent Simiyu Barasa is in pain. It's hurting physically and emotionally. The 75-year-old says his daughter-in-law attacked him in the most unorthodox manner. She beat his private parts.
Akakunja longi na miili ya siri akaweka kwa mtomo yake. Akaniuma ukweli. Nikalia. Wakakuja mtoto yangu huyu ndiye alikuja akanisaidia.
The ugly incident occurred at Kimaiti village in Ivumula constituency following what is said to be a domestic misunderstanding.
Msichana yangu aliona hasira vile nilienda, nikasema wewe achana na huyu. Hiyo ndio ilichangia.
The suspect, 33-year-old Evelyn Okelo, was active after her father-in-law seemed to favor her co-wife in an argument. She pounced on him until he fell down.
she will later, using her sharp teeth, bite him under the right arm before setting on his private parts.
Ameniuma tena na hii hata nikitoa shati. Ameniuma saiti. Sasa ati mchezo alianjia hapa kuniuma. Ndiye akaingia kwa sehemu yangu ya ziri. Akaniuma kabisa.
Sanga vile msee ameongea, nikuja nikamuuliza mliazinaje. Kumbe ni mambo ya mshahara mwingine. Nataka kuchokoza huyo. Mzee akasema, "Wewe kila mahali penye unapitanga, siku asipiti mbi kama uchachokoza mtu."
Akashika huyo msichana tai. Sasa fanya ashika huyo msichana tai na babangu akakuja akasema, wewe msichana wangu, kila siku nasikia maripoti. Nini kinaendelea?" Alafu akatusi papa, wewe ndio ujui kuambia kijana wako akae chini kwa familia.
Some of Kimaiti residents are now demanding for an unpeacing ceremony because as per Bukusu customs, a daughter-in-law is not allowed to move any close to her father-in-law under any circumstances.
Lakini tumesema ni vizuri alimkuza tu, lakini kumputoa nje ilikuwa mbaya, lakini tulikuwa tunafikiria tumfuatilie angalau sababu hii ni kimbila inaweza haribu watoto.
Kulingana na ukoo yetu, lazima wanaangalia vijana wa ukoo wenye wanaweza kuja kudiscipline yule mtu mwenye amesababisha hiyo chanzo. Hata sisi kama vijana tulicooperate na tukaamua tukuje tuwa discipline. Tukadiscipline brother yangu viboko na shemeji yangu pia viboko. Sasa tulipomaliza kwa discipline tukaamua shemeji afunge virako yeye aende kwao.
Police are investigating the matter as Mzee Vincent Simiyu Barasa continues to nurse the bite wounds in his private parts.
Oh man, I don't tired to read news. Oh God. Your own father-in-law. Ego to so you correct one. The papa says they explain the good newsmen. Because the teeth torture. They try to treat that in order if you come back. Now it did not work now. I don't know what you go do now. So guess on a wicked. No go straight to other news no time. Okay, yeah, my people, if you like what you are wearing, Apostle could run. Oh yeah, I run. Go. I too like this shit. Very light. You light things because now I don't feel the carry things up again. So if you like what you are wearing, you like the design. Anywhere you date it, just cut it. It goes so totally for you to eat. The money not to cost. Everything where you see here, so it belongs to me for free just because of una. And those of una where they patronize, I may God bless una because if una know they patronize, you know what they sold for me. And you will never do. What are you waiting for? Call her. We say, nice one, bro. No time. Go your cutter, make her go rest. This is my tea. It don't hot or it cold.
Pararan want talk true too. Mock news want talk sense. Pararan want go mad again. Hey, Pararan talk bitter truth to pain the better people. Mock news tell the people truth.
Mock News is sponsored by Tap Send.